What industry did you decide to pursue a career?
So, I mean, as a matter of fact, when I started, I thought I was going to be to psychology or journalism at some point. So, I started off a very confused young man, but as time went by, I gained clarity, and clarity as a result of my connection with God and all that. And one of the things that every young person, I believe every young person to do is to find their purpose and make sure that they stick to it and ask God continuously where you have to be, what you have to be doing. That is the greatest thing you can do for yourself. So now I find myself currently in law, at the intersection of law, diplomacy, and tech. And it's been a very great experience so far.
What's your biggest challenge, as you were starting? Because I guess you mentioned that you were confused at the beginning. What was the biggest challenge? Maybe
I would say that I'll say the biggest hurdle to me was finding myself.
Okay.
I think that many at times people don't find themselves, and so they, because of false identity and not knowing who they are, they get themselves doing a lot of things they are not supposed to do, or they get themselves into industries, and even though they may that may be their industry, but because they haven't found themselves truly, they don't know what to do. So I think one of the biggest challenges that I faced growing up was to find myself. And trust me, after finding myself, I realized that the life would not be rosy. It would take time, and steadily I've been able to build it. So finding myself and access to opportunities, and once you are able to find yourself, it helps you launch into opportunities that you're supposed to venture into and those that you're not supposed to venture into.
Imagine we're starting all over from scratch. What industry would you actually pursue? People, we have this mindset of money making. We really want to make money as the youth, because we need cash flow to support our daily life. So, like, considering money making industries, what industry would you have pursued?
Wow, I mean that's a very interesting question, very intelligent. I think impact investment is one of the things that people don't look at. Impact investment is basically you investing in people, and trust me, if you are able to get it right, that's a lot of industries you are getting yourself into. So imagine you're able to impact different people who are into different industries, into tech, into law, into different industries. Now you become like at the very top of the investments chain, and so you are able to now tap into different kinds of industries. Personally, I think that is the biggest form of investments that anyone can invest in.
Let's concentrate on the tech industry now.
Yeah.
Can you give someone out there, anyone who is studying the courses related to tech, into the tech industry, can you give that person a blueprint on how to attract the people that they really need to help them excel in the tech industry?
Yeah. So, like I was saying, if you center your investment or your innovation around people, around consumers, it becomes very easy to have a market. Many times people just do things because they felt like they had to do it. But if you look at the people that is going to impact and you center it around the people, it's always going to help. So look at your innovation. What problem is this solving? And because we don't live in silos, you must also be very intentional about building networks. And that's also one thing that people don't do. Building strategic alliances, building strategic networks is also very important to the growth of your industry, of your tech innovation. So your tech innovation would not just skyrocket because it's a great innovation. Sometimes you need a hand to hold you. And so how are you networking with people? How are you networking with the players in the game who have been there for years and they have lost, they have earned, they have gained, and all of that? You need all of these people to grow your business. So focus on the people part of your innovation, and look at how you can also widen your network and your scope, the scope of your innovation.
The single best piece of advice you give to a 20-year-old self?
A single best advice I'll give to a 20-year-old self: think big. I always say this: think big. Do not limit yourself to just ordinary things. Think big, globally. And Think Big is actually an acronym by Ben Carson. The T stands for talent. So if you have a talent as a young person, do not relent, do not let go of it, use that talent. And the age there is honesty. No matter where you find yourself, try as much as possible to be very honest. And the idea is insight. Many a times, young people now don't seek insight. Wisdom is the principal thing. In all your gettings, get wisdom and understanding. So insight is a very important thing. Nice. The end there is nice. Be nice to people. Be ready to engage. Be ready to do things for people. Being nice is also one of the elements. Today, you and I would live here, but maybe the memory you would just have of me, or I may have of you, is how nice you are, or how nice I was.
Sure.
So you leave that impact with people by just being nice. The key there is knowledge. Look for knowledge all the time. It says a lack of knowledge, my people perish. People are perishing because of lack of knowledge. So you should always seek knowledge at all times. The B there is books. People don't read nowadays. And so why are you not reading? How would you want to read? He who does not read has no advantage over he who cannot read. So you that you are illiterate, that you are not reading, you have no advantage over the illiterate who cannot read, because you haven't read the same book, or you understand. You are no better than the hawker who cannot read. You are no better than the blind person who cannot read. So he who does not read has no advantage over he who cannot read. So there are so many wealths of experiences, wisdom trapped in books you should read. Either is in-depth knowledge. It's not only good to have knowledge, but you have to go deep down into the knowledge, scrutinize why things are what they are. So just the foreknowledge of it is not enough. And the G there is God. You do your best and God will do the rest. So at the end of everything, God must be the center of everything that you do. And one other quote by Ben Carson that I love the most about thinking big is that the thinking that guides your intelligence is much more important than how much intelligence you may have. So it's not just about the intelligence, but the thinking that guides it. Is that thinking that pushes you to be disciplined? Is that thinking that pushes you to stay consistent? And so there are two kinds of pain: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Which one are you choosing? Yeah.
So, what's your best book that you've ever read? Just one book that you feel is the best to you.
I think Think Big is one of it by Ben Carson, because at the time when I read it, it helped me find who I was. But then also Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. That's one of the books that I would encourage everyone to look for and to read. And Rich Dad Poor Dad. If you're a young person and you want to also build wealth, I think that's also one of the books that you can read. Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you very much as well.
Yeah.